So I'm logged into my Google Docs, which now is called Google Drive, and you just use the same email and password that you have for Gmail. And I have some things already created here, and I'm going to first of all show you how they work, and then I'll show you at the end how it actually gets created. This is a quiz that I created for my geometry review for the end of the year. And if you look at it, this is how it looks from my end. I give it a title, I have the question, and then a blank, and there's a lot of choices for you to create as far as the questions are concerned. You have to be careful to make sure that you number the problem so that they can correlate the problem to whatever you're looking at on the paper. If you are just asking them questions where there's no diagrams needed, you can just write out the question, but in my case there were pictures that they needed to look at. And then the second part of the problem, I gave them a little hint for each one because it's been a while since they've done these. Remember the sum of the angles of a triangle. They need to remember that they add up to 180. Alright, so this is what it would look like from your end. And then what you need to do is you click Send Form, and it will ask you to click in the emails of people that you want to send it to. For my students, I don't do this. I send it to myself. And then the link that's created there, I use that link and I embed it into my website so that I don't have to get everyone's email, write them all down, and it's just a lot easier this way. So if you're sending it to colleagues or something like that, type it in here, click Done. It allows you to add a message to them. But instead, I go to the form itself. You can view the live form right here. And I click that link and I add it, I copy and paste it into my website, and I'll show you in a second what that looks like. When students are done entering their answers, they click Submit, and their answers are automatically sent to the responses spreadsheet. So they won't see that, but you will. When you click on it, you can see everyone's responses. This particular one hasn't been grading them for right or wrong because when I created the answers, I didn't put an exact answer. You can do that if you choose to. I always go and fill out the form first, and I go back and put all my answers in red so that when I'm looking at them, I can compare to what my students had. And it shows all of your questions all the way to the end. You can do whatever you want with this. You can use it for grading. You can use it for discussion. I usually just have my students put their initials, since I know by periods who they are. If you want to have a class discussion about the answers, you can just move, slide over and hide the column where it's their answers, and you can just start from right here instead. And let me really quickly show you how you could create a quiz for your use. To create, you go up here to the top left, and this one's called a form. There's all kinds of things you can create there. You can choose a cool little decoration for the background, which they will see when they're looking at the form. You won't see it here on the creation part. You have to give it a title, Quiz 1, and you can type in, you can give it a title up here, Quiz 1, and then this is the question. You want to make sure that you give it a number to correspond, otherwise it's not numbered. And you say, what is your name? For help text, you can add a little hint that you want related to the subject that you're doing. You choose from your choices right here. Since this is what is your name, you do not want it to be multiple choice. You want it to be a text answer. So you can create things that are valid if you choose to, valid answers. But I usually don't. Go down here and click Done, and then it will allow you to move on to the next problem. If you want to change anything, you just highlight it. You go to the Edit button here, and you change anything you want to change. If you click this, you're making it a required question, and they will not be able to move on to the next question until they give you some sort of answer for this one. And you just click Done. If you want to add a new one, just click Add Item right here, and you have all your choices again. What is your grade? Okay, this could be like a beginning of the year kind of thing. So in this case, since I teach high school, I'm going to give them only 4 choices. And you can do it by multiple choice, but I'm going to do it by choosing from a list. So they have 4 options. They can say 9th, they can say 10th, they can say 11th, or they can say 12th. And I'll show you what that looks like. It's a required question, so I click Done. And, oops, see, I forgot to put a number there. So I'm going to go back and edit and say that that is question number 2. And then I'll say that I'm done. You can add multiple choice questions. You can add a question where they have to type out a paragraph. You can give them a scale, like if they want to answer it. Those kinds of survey questions where it's 1 means a little and 5 means a lot. You can ask those kinds of questions. You can add images and videos to your questions so that you could put in diagrams or anything that you wanted to do. When you're done, it just automatically saves, and all you do is click Send Form or embed it into your own web page.